Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is Rosiana. I am a student of Master of Education in English Teaching, University of Indra Prasta PGRI. I would like to share you about using storytelling as a tool for language acquisition. This is my final term of academic speaking for scientific purposes video. Now, I would like to share about some outlines. First is why stories matter in language. The second, the scene behind storytelling. Third, real world impact. The fourth, storytelling enriches vocabulary. The fifth, storytelling creates communication. The sixth, practical tips for using storytelling. And the seventh, storytelling beyond the classroom. And the last is overcoming challenges with storytelling. Okay, now we are going to the first topic, why stories matters in language learning. There are three reasons why stories matter in language learning. First, human nature. Human nature is story are our oldest form of communication, making them inherently engaging for all learners. The second, the reason is enhanced memory. Facts are 22 times more likely to be remembered when embedded in a narrative, as shown Jerome Brunner. The third reason is emotional connection. Stories engage imagination and emotion, making language learning memorable and deeply meaningful. Now we are going to the next topic, real impact stories transform language classroom. First, overcoming shyness. In an international school in China, storytelling helped EAL students rapidly progress. Overcoming shyness accelerated skill. Students began writing and sharing their own stories, accelerating speaking and writing skill. Third is fostering collaboration. Storytelling fosters peer collaboration through role play and group discussion, building confidence. Okay, we are going to the storytelling enrich vocabulary and grammar naturally. Pattern correct cognition. Repetition of language pattern within stories help learners internalize complex grammar rules. The second, contextual learning, vocabulary is acquired within a narrative, making it easier to understand and recall meaning. The third, meaningful application. Learners observe how words combine to convey diverse meanings in authentic, real life scenario. Storytelling creates a communicative and collaborative environment. There are three parts of this. First is encourages learners to listen actively, speak freely, and share diverse ideas. The second, role playing and dramatization, bring stories to life, significantly enhancing speaking fluency. The third builds crucial social skills and empathy by connecting learners to diverse perspectives and cultures. Now we are going to the practical tips for using storytelling in language learning. First, select the engaging stories. You can choose age appropriate, culturally relevant, and compelling stories aligned with learners' proficiency. The second, reinforce language structures. Utilize predictable stories, pattern, and repetition to reinforce new vocabulary and grammar. And then the third, incorporate multisensory elements. Use visual, audio props, and gestures to make stories more immersive and memorable. And the third, and the fourth, encourage creation. Motivate learners to create and tell their own stories, fostering active language production. Now we are going to the section of storytelling beyond the classroom, lifelong language learning. Stories, the first is stories make language intrinsically motivating, increasing consistent daily practice and engagement. The second, reading and listening to narrative helps learners naturally think directly in the target language. And then we are going to the last, overcoming challenges with storytelling. There are the three overcoming challenge that with storytelling, I mean. The first is adapt complexity. In this part, adjust storytelling pace and linguistic complexity for diverse proficiency level. And the second is enhance comprehension. Use physical action, engaging sound effects, and humor to aid understanding. The third, foster a safe environment. Create a supportive space for risk taking and mistakes, boosting creativity and confidence. Now we are going to discuss about storytelling. Why storytelling always used to develop or to enhance English, especially because if we apply this storytelling to the kids and also to the teenagers, they most of them like it very much, and it can stimulate them in making words or pronounce it well, especially in English. They can learn about English itself, how to pronounce it, and how to gather all the words, become grammar, and then they can differentiate between nouns, between verbs, and then between adjective and adverbs, and gain the ideas of the text and also the moral value of the storytelling. So this is why I took this discussion about the storytelling itself. It is very good to be applied in teaching English, especially for the young learners, because it helps students to stimulate their speaking and also their English skill, especially. So there are all part that we can apply in our teaching life. I think that's enough from me. Thank you for your attention, and also you can see my another video. See you again. Bye.